My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case.
Hi everyone, I'm Omar Sadoudi, Managing Director of Payfort, and I came all the way from Dubai to introduce this next team, which I'm calling the Dream Team. But before I do this, I want to really thank Flat6Labs for really jump-starting the startup ecosystem in Egypt. You really did it, and I think we all should give a hand of applause for doing this. Like I said, I'm introducing the team, and I really am calling it a dream team because this team, and you'll know why, the first one I met from that team was a few months after I moved back to Egypt to start souk.com, and no one knew souk.com back then. I had to actually sit and tell people for half an hour what souk meant. One person did, sent me an email. His name was Con O'Donnell, who was the CEO of Sarmari back then, and asked me to come and meet him. And so I went in there and started talking in the meeting, and was talking Arabic better than I am. I'm like, مين الخواجة ده اللي بيتكلم عربي؟ ده إيه ده؟ To be honest with you, I think Con O'Donnell is more Egyptian than a lot of people I know. His passion, his enthusiasm about the startup community in Egypt, what he contributes to this country is amazing. The second person of this team members is Ashraf Makhlad, who is also an ex-Sarmadi. And when I met Ashraf on separate occasions while doing stuff with them, I really realized quickly that Egypt's got talent. Sharp, very well connected, really knows the business case or the business model he's trying to present. The other three members of the team, I've had the privilege of meeting when we did something together when I was back with Souk, with the American University in Cairo. We did a product innovation competition, and the masterminds behind it was Yusuf Sama'a and Omar and Nisma. And I quickly learned about their enthusiasm, their ideas, their problem-solving skills. So I really knew that this team, when you put all of these people together, they can really create something great. About Wafeyat, a lot of people think it's like, it's a little bit morbid. I disagree because I believe it's a disruptive technology, and especially when Yusuf and Omar came to the office and told me about it, you know, a while back before they started, before they even joined Flat6Labs, I really thought, wait a second, the Wall Street Journal in a few years is going to stop printing newspapers. How are we going to find out about the loved ones that passed on? Don't want to celebrate their life? Do we don't want to really go and attend the funeral, and maybe afterwards it becomes a memorial to them? So I believe that there's definitely a chance for that. Also, the fact that on Facebook it's very inappropriate, you know, when somebody passes away and everybody likes it. I really feel that there has to be another way of, you know, honoring, you know, our loved ones. So without further ado, please join me to hear more about Wafeyat from Yusuf Sama'a, the CEO of the company. Thank you.
A life that's full, I traveled each and...
Thank you, Omar, for that kind words and for that awesome intro. I'm guessing every story has to have a happy ending. That's why they picked Elwafeyat to be at the end, because we're all about happy moments. Good evening, everyone. I am Yusuf Sama'a, co-founder and CEO of Elwafeyat. Now, let me start by sharing something someone told me a while back ago. He said that the people worthy of being in your life are the people who are there for you during your hardest times. Now, come to think of that, I think this is a really important cultural trait here. It's fine if you miss a birthday, and it's even fine if you don't go to a wedding, but it's not fine for you to miss a funeral. It's not fine for you to not be there for someone when he loses someone dear to him. And this is why Elwafeyat is here. Elwafeyat is here to ensure that this process is easier for everyone, and that you could be there for someone during his hardest times. So, let's take a step back and look at what happens today when someone passes away. On the one hand, we have the family, and on the other, we have their friends, colleagues, and acquaintances. Now, the family we know are going through a very bad emotional state, but they have to go through a very hectic process. First, they have to announce to their close network the news, and they have to go through all the funeral preparations from حجز الجنازة to شهادة الوفاة to listing in the obituaries. It's a hassle here, and it's an awful experience. Now, on the other hand, we have the friends who have to be instantly notified when something like that happens, and they have to take action by sending their condolences to the family and attending the funerals and visiting the houses. And they lack the proper tools to do so. This is why Elwafeyat is here. Elwafeyat is the first online platform that has the technology designed to map out your network so that you are instantly notified when something like that happens. And we give you the proper tools to do so in a convenient manner. So, what does Elwafeyat offer? It offers our users a chance to view the latest obituaries and create their own through our very easy, user-friendly NAI builder that will take you step by step into building your obituary. And we have the alert notification system that is designed to notify you if such an event happens so that you no longer have to go to the news, the news comes to you. We give you a range of condolence service tools, such as our Telegram service, where you can send standard or customized Telegram just a click of a button away. And to the family, we offer them an online directory of all the important numbers, places, addresses, everything they may need with all the procedures so that we can facilitate that process for them. And finally, we offer them an array of offline services such as online funeral hall bookings, event organizations, all the publications, catering, maps and directions to and from Ganaza funeral, everything they may need to facilitate that process for them. And for the first time ever, Elwafeyat offers this new social platform that enables everyone to create an everlasting memory of their loved ones. We give them a chance to create memorial pages where they can write all the personal information about that person, and people, friends and family can interact by sharing their stories, their moments, their memories, everything to really honor that person and pay their respects for them. Now, this is where we are today. We currently have our homepage launched with all the daily feed from local newspapers. We have a feed for Nai, for Mushatra. We give options of, you can instantly click Ta'ziya, or you can send a Mushatra or a Barqiyya, just a click of a button away. We give you options to sort and search through the latest obituaries and even create your own. We have the memorial pages for famous people who have died recently up and ready so people can learn more about them and interact. We have our first paid service up and ready, the Telegram service, and we have our online directory ready for your use. So, if this is where we are today, by next 3 months, we expect on giving the chance to the users to create their own Nai, Mushatra, or even build their memorial page, and launch our mobile app that will allow them to use all the previous services and send SMS announcements through the app. By the beginning of next year, we plan on offering our offline services to the users, and within a year have developed the technology that will map out their network and draw their social graph so that we can build family trees and build their network so they could be instantly notified if something like that happens. Using graph databases and sentiment analysis, the news will instantly come to them. They don't have to go to it. And we plan on taking that online model and replicating it into similar markets, thus the beginning of our regional expansion. Our main revenue drivers rely on our paid Naya Mushatra service, our Telegram service, our SMS announcements, and of course, our offline services. As for the online directory and the memorial pages, they will be offered for free to our users. We plan on breaking into the market first by digitizing all the local obituaries happening in newspapers so that people can just view them online instead of getting the actual newspaper. We plan on issuing more memorial pages for famous people and sharing them on social media so we can get more interaction from our different customers. And we plan on partnering up with online news sites where they would have Elwafeyat featured on their platform and we would get the proper exposure. And finally, we plan on partnering up with corporates where they would have our services as packages to their employees and benefits, thus getting us more experience from dealing and piloting with our services. Finally, we're currently asking for 180,000, and it will be mainly used to cover our expenses in operations, marketing, and communications, and of course, developing the technology. However, a good idea is only as good as its execution. That is why our greatest asset here is our team. I am very lucky to be working alongside Con O'Donnell, our chairman, Ashraf Maklad, marketing director, Nisma Al-Far, business development, Omar Hamdallah, our operations officer, I believe we have the proper mix of experience, maturity, and fresh blood that will take this from an idea into a reality. So let me leave you by giving you a glimpse of what the world looks like today. We have two main generations. We have the older generation who rely on hard copy newspapers to get the news and send their condolences. And it's a dying industry everywhere, and there has to be an alternative soon. We have the younger generation who rely on social media to share their condolences or get the announcements, and this isn't the proper platform for it and has its fair share of awkwardness. That is why Elwafeyat is there to bridge this gap and create this new platform where we can still maintain our customs and traditions while making this experience easier for everyone so that we are always connected and there for each other. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure talking to you. We would be more than welcome to answer any of your questions outside.